Thank you for listening and welcome to the Life Radio Show, a once proud member of the now defunct Eventide Entertainment Podcast Network. I'm your host, Don Smith. The always lovable Charlie Hester is back in the studio as co-host. We have two first-time guests join in, the very funny Lisa Sears and the fashionably late Ashley Nicole derails us all. If you enjoy the show, like and follow the Life 1069 on Facebook and Don Smith Comedy on Twitter, or tune in live on Tuesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. on WWSU 106.9 FM, or you can stream the show live at WWSU1069.org.
The brutal presence overwhelms me. The brutal presence overwhelms me.
All right. Hey, it's Tuesday. It's time for the Life Radio Show.
Yay!
What else are you going to do? No answer,
No.
Patrick. That's
This is it.
terrible.
This is the option
This is
for
what
Tuesday
we're doing.
nights.
All right.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, I will say Amy James is about to start playing at the Barrel House.
Oh, that'll be a night.
That'll be fun.
Ooh.
And and it's over by the time we could get there.
That's
anyway.
some good-looking competition right there.
That is.
Yeah.
And talent. And
I
talent.
know.
I
She's
mean,
the whole package.
Yeah. Almost as much talent as in here. But,
Yeah. Listen to you.
I did get to throw her out a little bit in the roast on Saturday because we got
the Andrew
we got to roast Andrew Little Dick
What?
Mitakitis. That's what it is. I didn't even make fun of his name because here's the thing: he had it set up to where he knew that we were going to make fun of his name, his hair, and his bracelets.
Okay.
I didn't touch a one of them. I made fun of his show constantly.
But I like Gem City tonight.
So do I. It was fun, but
Okay.
it's I started out. I said we're honoring Andrew because he has the show Gem City Tonight, because not everybody can have their own TV show on public access unless you pay a small annual fee and take a class.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's kind of like having a college radio show for 4.5 years
That's
or a
right.
podcast in
That's
your grandma's basement.
I love it.
So yeah, it was a fun night. It really was, and
Good.
there were some burns going on. I'll have to tell you about one of my favorite ones that we can't say on the air.
Ooh.
But you were not spared, to be honest, Charlie.
What? I wasn't even
Charlie
there.
Hester, my co-host Charlie Hester is in. It's been a little while since you've been in the studio.
Do we? Well,
Because
we
we did a
missed?
pre-record, and then
Yeah,
we
we
missed
did.
because of the Great Wiley's flood of 2019. We have one every year. What was the flood? Yeah, I didn't hear about it. We can't talk about it. It's why I still can't wear my tennis shoes. I've been wearing my boots on stage ever since because I can't
But Don,
wear. Yeah,
you look amazingly like macho and sexy running a shop vac. I just want to say, like,
I look
it's
great.
great.
Macho and sexy doing anything.
Yeah,
and I got to
it's the
tell you,
beard.
you look pretty good on that shop vac yourself.
It's
be
because I
honest,
still
yeah.
had on all of my full regalia show makeup. I had on false lashes
Right,
and
right,
my lipstick, and I had on a
And little
trashy
short
crop
shorts,
top
yeah,
and
and-
short shorts.
Well,
I'm
that's-
just in the bathroom, just
I didn't.
sucking up
You,
water.
you had the
on
short
brand.
shorts on. I didn't really notice the makeup on it.
Noted.
Our first guest is in. Lisa Sears is joining us for her first time on the Life.
One
Yes.
of my favorite human beings on the planet.
I've heard great things.
Ditto.
Yeah.
She says I've met her, but I don't remember. It was
Maybe not.
It,
Maybe
it
it's just
probably
Facebook,
was.
I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
Yeah, it could be. But
Wow.
good to have you in.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You might be totally impressed or extremely disappointed that you drove all this way to be here.
I drive 3 hours for a 5-minute set,
Well, yeah,
2
that's
hours
true.
or whatever,
That's true, yeah.
so at least I get to hang out with you guys.
Yay.
Yeah,
Especially
perfect,
this one.
perfect.
Aw.
Well, yeah,
So
yeah.
it's worth the drive.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Stop.
I didn't drive very far, but it's still worth it.
Well, I appreciate you having me on.
But
Well,
I appreciate you coming in.
Lisa has so many incredible credits, and she is over here moving mountains in amazing ways.
Well, let's
So,
talk about
yeah,
that.
I'm really
absolutely.
excited that
Yeah,
you
'cause
Wow.
you,
share
well,
that.
you know much more about her than I do.
I
so
do.
you
I
can-
know a lot about Lisa.
Easy
and
peasy.
she
Right,
knows
you-
a lot about
Oh,
me.
yeah, it's true. We've
She's-
traveled.
We
I know
traveled
about the cup.
together.
Oh,
she
well,
knows about the cup.
Who
Yeah.
doesn't know about the cup?
Well,
Everybody now that
we
we've
haven't
started
really
talking
traveled
about it.
together, but I know about
Yeah.
the cup. We've stood in a parking lot, and I learned about the
Man,
cup.
when you gotta go, you gotta go.
it's true. It's
Yeah.
true. So, yeah.
And I got to say, impressed.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's
Right?
it's another one of those
She's got
qualities. It's like I don't like
Yeah,
this.
she's got it down to a T.
Yeah, I'm not
She's a
effing
master.
around.
She's a master of it.
Well, let's talk about some of
Right,
your
right.
accomplishments,
Oh,
Lisa. Let's talk about one of the biggest things that's coming up in your life this August. And I know exactly what it is. And I know you're so excited. And I cannot wait for the world to hear what you're doing. Go ahead.
I am on an episode of Baskets on FX with Louis Anderson and Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah.
And then it goes to Hulu. The first 3 seasons are on Hulu.
Right.
So this comes out live on August 15th on FX. And we're having a big watch party at the American Legion in Fishers. Everybody's invited. Unless I don't like you, and there's only like 5 of those people. And they know who they are. They knew who they are for sure.
Right.
But yeah, everybody's invited. They're also going to actually be filming a little bit for my documentary that night that they're doing on me.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. So let's talk a little bit about how you got this opportunity on Baskets.
Well, about 3 years ago, I ended up meeting Louis Anderson up at the Lafayette Theater in Indiana.
Okay.
Lafayette, Indiana, up by Purdue, with a production company that I had worked with, Mad Hatter Productions, and they had him. And
Shout
I
out
said,
to Neil Snyder
yeah,
and John Payne.
There you go. That's who they are. And I was like, hey, if I go up there, will I get to meet him? And they're like, yeah, he's going to do a little meet and greet with comics. Now,
Right.
side note, I never wanted to be a comedian. I never did. Maybe a funny actor. I never wanted to be a comedian.
Right.
And I never realized that funny actors were actually stand-up comedians before because I didn't pay attention.
Right.
So I knew Louis Anderson from one thing and one thing only, which was Coming to America.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
That's it. Yeah. So I went up there and did a meet and greet with him after the show in this little stock room in the back of the theater. I mean, it was horrible, but it was,
Right.
it was great though, because I met him. I shook his hand. I said, hi, I'm Lisa Sears. I just started doing comedy a couple months ago. And he's like, send me your set and I'll take a look at it.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I
what?
love how you have it.
Well,
I
you know,
set.
and
I'm
I-
like,
well,
it's so Louis.
It is. And I'm like, whatever. And I rolled my eyes. I was like, are you serious? And he goes, I gave you the email. And I was like,
Right.
okay. So about a half an hour later, after John and had taken him back to the hotel, John came back and me and John and Neil were all talking.
Mhm.
And so about an hour after that, me and Louis had that interaction, I sent him an email with my set.
Mhm.
Now, I sent him the set from when I opened for Pat McAfee, my 6th time on stage.
Okay.
Because I thought I was a bad person,
Right,
opening
yeah.
for Pat McAfee.
Right.
Louis Anderson's going to respect me for that. He doesn't know who in the world Pat McAfee is. I just thought,
Right,
I'm going to
right.
send him this. Look at this. I opened for Pat McAfee my 6th time.
Right.
I'm big time.
Yeah.
No. But I sent it to him, and he sent me an email back 45 minutes later and said, send me your phone number. I want to talk to you. And I'm like, what? And I was like almost wrecked, taping my number in and sending
Right.
it back. And he goes, I'll call you in the morning. It's late. And then I added him on Instagram because I never followed comedians
Right.
ever,
Right.
unless I don't know, knew them, local ones
Right.
that were friends. And so I saw he was on Baskets. And I was like, well, shoot, I better start watching this if he's going to call me.
Uh-huh.
And so I started watching it Saturday morning. And I was on to episode 2, and my phone rings, and it says Beverly Hills, California. I'm like, oh, my God, what is going on?
Right.
Hello?
Yeah.
And he's like, Lisa? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, it's Louis.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
know.
yeah, I can tell by the voice. And he goes, are you busy? And I said, just watching Baskets. He said, get a piece of paper and pen. I got some homework for you. And he's like, gave me homework. And he's like, I think you're very talented. If you ever question your ability to do comedy, I think you're very talented.
Right.
Now, this was after not even a year of doing it.
Mhm.
I had been on stage maybe 20-something times,
Yeah.
if that. And he goes, I want you on stage 100 times this year. And I was like, I live in Indiana. That's not going to happen. And he goes, okay, 50. Well, I've been on stage about 160, 170 times in 3.5 years.
Right.
And a lot of that, like I do back-to-back when I'm out in L.A., though. I'll do 6-8 shows in a week,
Yeah.
which you can't do here, really.
Hold on. Hey, what?
I had to run. So somebody had to go collect Ashley,
Uh-oh.
and I dropped her off in the restroom because she didn't have a cup.
Oh, I thought you had to poop.
All right.
So now, so you're going to have to repeat that whole story. I missed every
Yeah,
word.
podcast. Or,
Okay, yeah, I'll listen to it.
Can we
tomorrow,
rewind
yeah.
that, sir?
Yeah.
Can you play it back for him real quick while we talk?
Something about Louis Anderson and 50 shows a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
No,
Yeah, I'm kidding. But yeah, so it was crazy. And he goes, when's your next time on set? And I said, actually, I'm in the quarterfinals, Lady McLaterton.
Hey,
Hello,
Ashley
Ashley. It's about damn time. Side note, Ashley Nicole didn't know what Waze was and was stuck in blocked traffic. And I'm like, why don't you use Waze? And she's like, oh, I'm not going to be an hour late now. I'm only going to be 5 minutes late.
Yes.
Woo!
Hooray. You're a
Who
freaking hero,
doesn't know
man.
about Waze?
Yeah.
Hero. I don't know.
Jeez, it tells you about the cops even.
I don't know. Now I'm questioning my
Oh, it tells you
ways.
about the cops?
Yeah, it does.
Yes, it does.
Get your
Yeah.
life
Nice.
together,
I didn't even know
Ashley.
about
Yes, it
that.
does.
I got to figure this
Get
out.
your life
now.
together.
I'm trying.
The speed limit
I'm trying.
tells you exactly what you're going over.
Yeah.
And
Waze,
it's just
W-A-Z,
Yeah.
W-A-Z.
not W-A-Y-S.
Like Waz.
It's
Well,
a
I thought-
play on name, Waze.
Yeah.
But it routed her off of that all red interstate.
Right.
Got her here.
Right. Which is I-75.
Yeah.
I
Pretty
don't-
much no
Of
matter
course.
where you are.
Of course it is.
Cincinnati, Dayton,
always
anytime you go
I-75.
through a town of more than 6 people,
Yes.
I-75 is going to be stopped.
Yeah.
Most useless stretch of interstate in the world.
Sounds like everyone
Yeah.
in Indianapolis right now with the construction.
Well, in case you didn't hear the uproar, Ashley Nicole made it into the studio. I had to step out and go collect her.
Yes.
'Cause that's part of
she
the
was
fun
late.
is people just wandering around the building outside.
I know, and
Yeah.
Don always sends such like detailed instructions
I know.
out, and they're still.
And nobody pays attention.
it doesn't. It doesn't like.
Yeah.
It just doesn't help.
can
It's
you
a
not
little
hear me?
crazy.
Oh, you can't see me. Oh, we don't want that.
We want that.
Well, we can't have that. Never
We
just
can.
mine.
We can
Mine's
put
blocked
my
in my
camera
face,
on
Patrick.
them. So
No,
No,
we're good.
no,
We're good.
that's a
We got
negative
everybody
Ghost
covered
Rider.
except for Patrick. He has no mic, no camera. It's just the way it should be.
all right. So Lisa. So Louis Anderson is giving you homework. He's telling you to get on stage, and then so how did that? Then the opportunity with baskets.
Well, so he helped me with my set. And the next week I saw he was over in Bloomington, Illinois. And so I sent him a text. I said, hey, if I come over, will I get to see you again? He's like, yeah, I'll leave you tickets at Will Call, honey. And so I went over there. I left tickets at Will Call. Saw him after the meet and greet afterwards and stuff. Well, I saw he was going to be up in Battle Creek, Michigan in into January. So I sent him a text, said, hey, Louie, if I come up, will I be able to get to see you? You know, are you doing a meet and greet or anything? And he said, yeah, I'll leave you tickets. And I said, okay. And so, of course, I called one of my favorite comics in the world, Miss Charlie Hester, and said, would you like to go with me? And she's like, I can't. I have something planned, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. And not long after that, she's like, do you still have that ticket? And I was like, yeah. And she goes, I changed my plans. Can I go? And I'm like, absolutely. You know, so-
priorities,
Right,
I mean,
absolutely,
but you still
absolutely.
have to like make sure you can get out of them before
yeah.
you.
Yeah,
you
before you
commit.
change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and that's something like, you know, when
Is
something
that one
like
of the
that,
times you canceled on my show? No.
No, no, I promise it wasn't.
I
Sweetie.
think sometimes with that, it kind of has to sink into, what do you mean? I'm going to go meet Louis Anderson,
Yeah.
not just go watch Louis
Yeah.
Anderson.
Right,
I think there's a
right.
difference, really,
Yeah.
too.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
but so we went up there and he left us tickets at Will Call, and then we went back to meet and greet, and then they have, you know, the backdrop where they're like, hi, bye.
Yep.
You know, just
Right.
meet and hi. Well, after the guy got done, he looks up and he's like, Lisa, get over here. And so me and Charlie went over there and they took the picture and we went back to the green room, so on and so forth. And we talked to him and stuff. Well, then I took some pictures of him because he does a hat day Sunday. I took him some hats. We go out to our seats. I'm not skipping this part because it doesn't matter on how I got on baskets, but I'm not skipping this part because it's amazing. But so we go out to our seats and they are front row center, not better seats in the house.
No, they. I mean,
Absolutely.
cream of the crop. We got the best.
Yeah. I mean, he was basically right there. And I mean, total eye contact.
Yeah, he was looking at us the whole show.
And then he starts talking about how he's done comedy for 40 years and it's his anniversary of it and it's his everything. And he goes, and my funny comedian friend Lisa came all the way from Indianapolis and brought her friend Charlie, who sings a song about farts and what? And I said, sometimes she farts during sex. And he said that and the audience started laughing and somebody yells, we can't see them. He goes, turn the house lights on. Girls, stand up. I look at her and I'm like, what the? And we stand up. She's doing her little princess wave. And I'm just like, what up?
I did do this.
She did.
I
She
can imagine.
totally
Yeah.
owned it. Because, I mean, you have to in
What
that
are you
moment.
supposed
Oh, yeah.
to do?
That's
Louis
what you
Anderson
do.
calls
That's
you
what you
out
do.
in the middle of his show.
I mean, there were between 8 and 15,000 people there. I don't know. I might have blacked out a little
It
bit.
was.
It was
I mean,
packed.
it was, and it was a huge like casino theater where I mean, just thousands and thousands of people, and they're all cheering for us. And they had our faces up on the little screen.
The big screens.
Well, yeah.
And then they
The
took
little
us out
big
the back
screen.
door, so everybody was stopping us. And then the next day, he sent me a text and goes, "Honey, will you send me those pictures you took in the green room?" And I said, "Absolutely." And I sent them to him, and I said, "You know, if you have a small part for a funny homo on baskets, I'd be down." And he goes, "Send me your headshot and resume." I didn't have them.
She got him real quick.
I did.
Oh, yeah.
She showed me her one sheet, so I made one up like her one sheet, and then I messaged my friend who had done the boudoir shoot that I did because I'm a breast cancer survivor,
Right.
and I did a boudoir shoot with other survivors. And I said, "Do you do headshots?" And he goes, "Haven't, but we'll do them. Get down here." And so I got down there. That was on Sunday that I talked to Louis, and on Wednesday I had my headshots done and had them to him by Friday with my one sheet. Fast forward to middle of April, and this is a true story, and I'm going to admit it on whatever national, local radio show this is, internet. It's probably national,
whatever it is,
worldwide,
yeah.
whatever.
Worldwide.
Yeah,
I had a-
we're international. We've had
I'm so much more
downloads.
optimistic
We've
than
had
you guys.
downloads in 33 countries.
Well, see, okay, worldwide. So I'm going to admit it. And
Like
it's kind of
2,
embarrassing,
but,
but it's
yeah.
a true story. But a friend of mine was in, and she came to one of my open mics. She goes, "I should have you sign this for when you get famous." And so I was sitting there practicing my autograph. And then I stopped, and I looked at my email, and there's a email from the casting director of Baskets that they want me to audition for a part of blah, blah, blah
Nice.
tomorrow in their studio. And I'm like, what is this? And I thought at first it was kind of a joke. And I'm like, this isn't a joke. And so I was like freaking out. And I'm like, I can't get to LA tomorrow. It's, from Indianapolis. And I said, "Can I do a video audition?" She said, "Yeah." She goes, just read off the sides. I hadn't acted since I was in preschool. So when she said sides, I was scrolling back and forth on the email to see what she was talking about.
Yeah,
Then I
check on
scrolled.
the sides. Yeah.
I was checking on the sides.
Right.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No, that's the script. And I thought she meant, and then when I scrolled down and saw there was pages, I was like, oh, she must have meant slides. She forgot the L. Nope. Again, no.
Nope. It's all that actor lingo.
Yeah, but see, I didn't know it. I didn't know any of it at all.
Yeah.
And so I go and I do my poor friends, and God love my friends. I have so many amazing friends that help me out. I did between 500 and 600 takes of 6 lines before I sent it because I second guess everything I do to a fault. It's bad.
I used to when I send auditions now. I do it like once or twice. Like that's good enough.
Yep.
Yeah,
As long as
see,
as long as I get the lines out, I'm.
But this was like the biggest thing in my life that could happen.
Yeah.
right.
And I was just like freaking out. And so I sent it, and I was almost sick for a week. And then I got an email back that said, "You've been picked for the part." And I was just like, I just sobbed. I mean, I did.
Now, for the record, and I do
After,
think,
and then I called her.
well, and I think we need to address this because she called me and told me that she had gotten the call to audition for Baskets right as I was walking into here one night. And
I believe I remember that.
And
yes,
so I
yeah.
was out in the parking lot and getting all the details. And then I'm like, okay, well, if you want me to swing by on my way back through, like, so we can work through this. But she had it in hand. So I was so excited. So it was really cool that I got to share that moment with her of her going,
I couldn't breathe. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't nothing. It was ridiculous and sobbed. I mean,
and a lot of swearing.
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
let's
well,
get
yeah,
this.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So we can't
Make me cry
recreate all
now.
of it
Yeah.
right now. But.
it's just insane. But then I get on set and I park and I go and I don't know where I'm going. And I see these food trailers and all these extras getting dropped off and picking up their costumes out of the semi. And I thought, well, I'll probably have to go over there and get my costume. And I see this lesbian, and I'm like, oh, I'll go ask her. She looks friendly because she's gay. Because we all know each other, and we're all friends.
Right.
We're all
right.
friends. We're
yeah.
family.
We're probably connected in some way.
We are.
There's a tracking system in their Birkenstocks.
Exactly. Yes, actually. And my gator is right on, usually. But she goes, oh, your trailer's over there. And I was like, what? She said, your trailer's over there. And I was like, what? She's like, and I was like, okay. And I went and got it. And I was like, oh, my God, what's going on? And then there was a knock at the door. And I was like, hello? Just kind of
Am I
calmed
in the
down.
wrong place?
Yeah, right. And she goes, okay, sign your paperwork. Go get breakfast from the food cart, and then your costumes in the closet. Get it on and yell for me, and I'll come, and we'll go to the hair and makeup trailer. What?
Yeah.
Nice.
mean, is this
nice.
real life? You know.
Yeah. We have an interesting
Yeah,
party.
Sorry.
that's
Sorry.
okay. That's okay.
ADD.
Yeah,
Woo,
we're
bird.
little thrown. That's,
Shiny thing.
yeah.
So
Whew. But yeah, and I mean, it was just the best day of my entire life. I even told Louie on set. I said, if I die today, don't worry about it.
yep.
Yeah,
Don't even
I
worry
usually
about it.
my films and stuff. I have to provide my own outfits that usually get caked in blood. So, which is its own kind of special.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually in a dinner detective show right now, so I have one of those parts too.
Oh well, there you go. There you go.
I had to wear my blood on my shirt.
It's not any
So-
fun unless somebody dies.
Right?
That's-
Exactly. I actually got my wife killed in the last one I was in.
See, I got killed.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I did too. I did
gracious.
too. And my typical fashion, my mode of death was I had a young woman rip my heart right out of my chest.
Well, there you go. There you go.
So yeah, it's a fitting theme for this year.
But it was crazy because I didn't know what sides were. But then I went to the hair and makeup and the girls were going nuts. They're like, "Oh, Lisa," and I'm like, and this guy's like, "Who are you?" And I'm like, "I'm nobody," because Louis had said, they're gonna have so much fun with me, and blah blah blah. So they were so excited to see me. And this guy sitting next to me is like, "Who are you?" And I'm like, "I'm nobody." Well, I get on set and we shot it from 4 different angles, my part, and I didn't do anything.
Right.
And I walked past the room, and there's somebody standing there, and I went and asked the guy that had asked me who I was, and I said, "Why is there a girl that looks like me standing there?" He goes, "That's your stand-in," and I'm like, "What's that? Like my stunt double?" He goes, "I don't think you have any stunts," and I'm like, "But if I did," and he goes, "Yes," and I'm like, "Okay."
Well, there you go.
That's
Perfect.
cool.
So I mean, I didn't even know what that was, and the guy,
So
I
you
happened-
had to come up with some stunts. That's what.
yeah, but the guy I didn't even know who he was. He happened to be Jonathan from Whose Line Is It Anyways, and co-host
okay.
of Let's Make a Deal. No clue because I don't watch TV.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, right? I don't know who a lot of
she
comedians
walks in,
are.
so obliviously to all of these magical situations, and she's like, "Who the f are you?" Like that's just how.
It is, and I make friends, and they know me. I mean,
That's a
look
good
at me.
thing.
You
Yeah.
can't forget me. I make a point of it. It's people make fun of me. Yeah, I look like the
I think
troll doll with
we
big
have a
hair.
whole just a list of unforgettable guests
Yeah.
today.
absolutely.
really do.
I mean,
Absolutely.
you got to do that in this industry.
Yeah. I'm very other
Gotta
than the
stand
beard.
out.
I'm very, very much forgettable.
Oh, I don't think so.
I beg to differ on that one.
Dawn.
A
What's
lot of
that?
guys have
It's
beards.
false. It's false.
I was digging for
Called
it.
BS.
That's all right.
I'm not.
All right. Well, we should probably go ahead and hit the comedy rundown and take a little break.
Heyo.
Play some music. Whoever we got, I think I know who we got, but we'll figure that out as we get there. The regular break, Patrick. He's not paying any attention. That's all right. All right. Good job. Here's this week's comedy rundown, brought to you by the legendary Wiley's Comedy Club at 101 Pine Street in Dayton's historic Oregon District. Call 224-JOKE or go to wileyscomedy.com for all the best in Dayton comedy. Need a drink.
What? You're.
Slipping, man. I haven't
mercy.
been in this studio in like 2 weeks.
I know, me either.
Tuesday, July 30th, tonight, open mic at Peach's Grill at 104 Xenia Avenue in Yellow Springs. That show starts at 8 p.m. Wednesday, July 31st, open mic at Mila's Suburban Cafe at 606 Haywood Road in Englewood. That show starts at 7 p.m. There's also an open mic at the South Park Tavern at 1301 Wayne Avenue. That show starts at 9 p.m. Are we having a problem again? Every time I do the comedy rundown, everybody gets distracted.
No, it's because everybody.
Because you've got 3 comedians
You're-
over here.
you're-
That's
you're-
true. That's true. I guess
funny
I should stop
comedians.
booking these people. Just kidding. Also on Wednesday, the Vibe Sessions Comedy Night at Hannah's at 121 North Ludlow Street in Dayton. That show starts at 9 p.m. There's also an open mic at the Buckeye Sports Lodge at 126 West High Street in Springfield. That show starts at 8 p.m.
The louder.
Thursday. The louder I talk, the louder they get. It's like,
She's trying to open something, and she's trying to do it so quietly, and it's making
just
it
rip
so
the
loud.
sucker. Well, pause from the comedy rundown. You can get your stuff open, and we can
Got
move
it.
on. Are we
Dead.
good? Are we good?
I got it.
I got it. I
Yeah.
got it. None of your business, Patrick. No.
Condom, is that okay?
Patrick,
you don't know what us three are gonna do later.
There. There's a camera. It's normal for
Do you
us.
see these 2 women I'm interviewing?
Yeah, I'm. What do you? I gotta hurry up because when we go to break, I'm joining in. Thursday, August.
I'm out then.
You're just not her type.
Oh, okay. Well,
Prefer
2
my
hours.
women with less facial hair.
I could not plug my chin. That would.
Thursday, August 1st, open mic at the Spirited Goat at 118 Dayton Street in Yellow Springs. That show starts at 7 p.m. There's also an open mic at the Barrel House at 417 East 3rd Street from 8:30 to 11. And also an open mic at the Hookah Bazaar at 958 Patterson Road. That show starts at 10 p.m. Sign-ups if you want stage timer at 9:30. Friday and Saturday, August 2nd and 3rd, DJ Dangler is going to be at Wiley's Comedy Club at 101 Pine Street
He's
in the
a
Oregon
beast.
District. He absolutely
favorites.
is. Yeah, Rupert's going to be hosting this weekend.
Aw,
his first hope.
Rupert.
Kevin Rupert is a local that runs
Oh,
a
I
lot of
thought you
shows.
meant Rupert from the Survivor.
Oh no! Kevin Rupert's going to be hosting his first weekend at Wiley's.
Cool.
I'm so
Yeah.
proud.
Yeah.
Friday through Sunday, August 2nd through the 4th, some more is at the Dayton Funny Bone at 88 Plum Street at the Green. Saturday, August 3rd, Got Jokes at the White House Event Center at 101 East 2nd Street in Dayton. That show starts at 8 p.m. And also a stand-up comedy relief effort at MJ's at 20 North Jefferson Street. That show's from 9 to 11. I can't talk now. And also Sunday, August 4th, Wiley Sunday Comics is back at Wiley's Comedy Club at 101 Pine Street. Get out and see some of your local favorites. That is it. As always, check out Wiley'sComedy.com and DaytonFunnyBone.com for tickets and details to upcoming shows. And we also have an open mic at the Barrel on Mondays at 7 p.m. at 857 West Central in Springboro. Patrick, get us the hell out of here. We're gonna this break. We're gonna have some St. Mary, St. Michael with When You Look. Go for it.
Today we're teaching poodles how to fly. Come here, Foofy. Foofy, are you psyched? Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Get ready and fly! Oh, man.
When you look into my eyes, when you look into my eyes, can you tell me what you see? Can you see? Can you see what I've become? Can you see what I've become? Or do you see only me? Because I don't know what I'm to do. Without you I'm lost, it's true. Can you please take me? So when you look into my eyes, when you look into my eyes, can you tell me what you see? 'Cause I don't know what I've become. I don't know what I've become without you here next to me. Because I don't know what I'm to do. Without you I'm lost, it's true. Can you please take me? see.
Hey, this is Don Smith from the Life Radio Show. Do you like telling jokes? Are you the class clown? Do your friends always tell you you're funny? You want to prove them wrong? Well, nearly every Sunday, Wiley's Comedy Club at 101 Pine Street in Dayton's Oregon District brings you Wiley's Sunday Comics. You can be the one on stage making people laugh. Or not. All you have to do is send an email to WileySundayComics@gmail.com and follow the instructions in the reply email, and you can tell jokes at Ohio's oldest comedy club.
Hey man, this is Donnie Baker at Wiley's Comedy Club, and you're listening to WWSU 106.9. I swear to God.
All right, we're back on the Life Radio Show. We survived the break.
Barely.
Barely? Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Okay.
Mind your business, Don.
Mind your business.
Hey,
I said
this is my
mind.
show, my business.
You're on the
There's
other
any
side.
funny business going on there. I want to know about it or be involved. Welcome back to the Life Radio Show. I'm your host, Don Smith. Our wonderful host, co-host Charlie Hester is still in with us.
Hello.
Yeah. Lisa Sears is
Well,
still
what?
in. Ashley Nicole hasn't gotten lost again.
Who
She's
is
still in the
one of
studio.
Yeah,
my
I'm still here.
other favorite human beings on the planet.
You see how much boobage I'm in between right now?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Be jealous.
I am, because I've just got Patrick over here. He's got the hair, but no boobs. None at all.
Me neither.
What? Well, it's just up there. I'm a
Pervert.
kind of long hair. It's it's
I mean, it has been a while since I've tended to the garden. However,
I understand. Although getting my vasectomy next week, so I'm gonna have to do a little trimming myself.
They'll do it for you, I have a feeling.
Probably. I have an HMO, so
it may be DIY.
I got to do it myself.
Going like, okay, here's a YouTube video.
Yeah.
Get
All
to it.
right.
You're on the clock.
Who's your best friend? Can you help me out with something?
Yeah, I don't think I have a friend that close.
What?
I don't.
It's just a vast difference. It's no big deal.
Yeah, that's
What's
all.
a little
That's
vast
all.
difference between friends?
Yeah, there's no real difference at all. Actually.
Hello, Ashley.
Hi, how are you?
How's it going over there?
It's going.
Okay, that's
Are
good.
you with us?
I am.
Just got to check in every now and then.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to
Here.
go ahead.
What?
Oh yeah. You guys, neither one of you have ever been on the show, and so
Nobody knows how it works. It's
yeah.
okay.
So we're gonna jump into the next part of
Yeah.
what we do.
Yeah, we have some news stories. It's the news of the day we have to cover. It's absolutely the most important news you will hear in this hour.
No, it is not.
Well,
But it is the
it's-
most
it's-
entertaining news.
we make it entertaining because
We do.
usually it's just crap,
I know.
and we have to find the entertainment
Yeah.
in it. That's really all this show's about. This show's about stupid news and coming up with stupid titles for the show.
Pretty
That's
much.
really all we have, and which we haven't done yet,
No.
and that's disappointing.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. Okay.
I'm going to root for what's the vast difference between friends. But
I will write that down. It's
Thank you.
the front runner right now.
thank you.
No.
How many inches is it ahead, Don?
Of head or ahead?
I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Start our radio show right now.
What's up, Ashley?
Hi, welcome to.
Welcome to the.
All right. Welcome
I don't know
welcome to the
radio.
other life.
I don't know.
That's the
What
half
kind of news
life.
you want to
Yes.
do? There's a big wreck on ice.
And there's a cop right ahead
On
on the
ice.
left, 0.3 miles.
You can change the voice on Waze to Cookie Monster.
But I had Waze and I had my Apple thing going, so it was like two women battling it out like the whole time, and neither one of them really knew. Like Waze knew where
Okay,
she
you
was
need
going.
to change the Waze to Cookie Monster.
I
It is
need
the
to-
best. It is
Well-
hilarious. He's like, you know,
But there's little icons and it tells you where other people who are using the app are, and I kept wanting to like wave at people like we were bonded in this moment. You know what I mean? Like motorcycle riders wave at each other. I wanted to be like, hey, yeah,
actually, it
I know
doesn't
your
quite
ways.
work like that. I know it was your
It
first
should.
time.
It should. It's
was
kind of
my
like
first
if you're
time.
riding a motorcycle,
She
you
didn't
see
know
somebody
what
else on
Waze
a
was.
motorcycle.
You do.
Yeah.
You know, us
That would be a
lesbians do
great-
that too,
That would
though.
be a really fun, silly app to make. Like other people who like a high five
Like,
app.
what up?
Like I'm willing to give. If you come up to me, I will give you a high five, and then like you just put where your location is. It's like Tinder, but without the sex. It's just about high fives and encouragement.
No.
You lost me at no sex.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's
Not because of no sex. Just
Guys,
Eh.
I'm just trying to make the world a better place.
We know you are.
High
We know.
five.
We know you are,
You
and you do
succeed.
every day.
You succeed.
all right.
Back to the news. Sorry.
News
Back to the
story.
news.
Lisa got
Back
out
to
of
the
hand
news.
over.
2 city workers in Detroit, Michigan were reportedly injured on Wednesday after firecrackers exploded when they were trying to use the toilet in a bizarre, quote, prank gone bad. The employees with the city's General Services Department were in the fire department's storage area and truck repair shop when the incident occurred, according to the Detroit Metro Times. One person was hospitalized with injuries to his leg and scrotum. The extent of the second person's injuries was not immediately clear. Don't know why, but Deputy Fire Commissioner Dave Fornell described the situation to the Times as a, quote, prank that ended badly, while Mike Nevin, president of the Detroit Firefighters Association, said, this is an absolute embarrassment.
How high were they?
I would say very high.
Okay.
Yeah, that would...
Fair enough.
That there aren't a whole lot of other reasons you would get your scrotum damaged in a toilet prank
Right.
with firecrackers unless you were pretty high.
Can I ask a legitimate question?
Absolutely.
How do fireworks stores stay in business all year long?
Because there's
of people
always
like that.
somebody that wants to blow their scrotum up.
Now,
I
see,
guess.
I have a different theory, and I've driven past millions of these fireworks stores in the Midwest because
That's all you do. Is
yeah.
Right.
You need to turn that, Patrick. You can. I think that they are laundering money for big drug affiliates, like
smuggling.
Ozark.
Could be. That could be. Oh,
I
there
just
you go.
got
There
done
you
watching
go.
that show.
Oh my God!
Oh my god!
I don't
Yeah.
watch TV, you guys.
No,
Netflix.
It's a good show.
TV. it's
Jason
still
Bateman
TV.
could walk up to her and she'd be like, "Who the f are you?"
Yeah.
I would. That's true. But that's why I've gotten where I've gotten. I think because I pay him no mind.
I think during the next break, I'm going to just like record Charlie snort and put it on a loop.
Oh, snorting is success.
I've heard.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah, snorting. Yeah, we had that. Is that from Butch?
I don't know. It says Ashley needs to be asked about Tiffany.
Oh, okay. I don't know who that is.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. That's probably my boss. Hey, Chris.
Oh, okay.
What's
okay.
up?
You let your boss listen to these things?
What the hell?
Yeah, why not?
What, did Tiffany call off work or something? She or fill-in? What the hell's he asking about?
She's an employee.
This isn't
that I
Tiffany's
work
radio show.
Oh. I mean,
Is it something very important? Is it something
It's-
that's going to be that is it
Or
going
can
to
it wait
add to
until
the
the
show?
next
not.
hour?
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not news. It's not.
Okay,
news.
it's not important like these news
It's
stories.
not news.
Okay.
I'd rather hear more about people burning
Okay.
their scrotums off and stuff.
oh my God.
That's my girl.
Let's go back to that.
That's my girl.
Perfect.
Let's go back
perfect.
to
A
that.
Colorado corrections officer was fired after he allegedly brought a burrito, not full of rice and beans, but stuffed with drugs, into a state prison facility. Trevor Martineau, 27, was arrested on July 2nd at the Buena Vista Correctional Facility in Buena Vista following a multi-agency investigation. The Department of Corrections confirmed to Fox News on Wednesday. An inmate at the facility told investigators in late May that an employee was smuggling illegal drugs into the facility, KDVR reported. Citing an affidavit of probable cause, Martineau allegedly told officials he had the drugs in his lunch bag. When they examined the bag, investigators reportedly found a burrito with a plastic bag sticking out of the end. Inside the burrito, officials allegedly found roughly 91 grams of meth, 26 grams of heroin, and 46 strips of Suboxone.
Oh, yeah.
In addition to
Please
10
let her,
strips of
to wean you off
some
of
other
heroin.
stuff, marijuana wax, and 6 small thumb drives. I
What-
guess
What
that-
was on the thumb drives? I
his
wonder.
his homework. Yeah, that's or porn. Yeah,
Drugs.
he brought in
You know the
one of the videos was a how-to on making a burrito filled with drugs. It was on the flash drive. So that
How to
way-
best market your
exactly
prison,
yeah, prison
your prison
burritos.
stash. Yeah.
I think marketing your prison burrito is a possible name too.
All right.
Okay, don't mind me. I'm just writing that down. It's okay. Talk amongst yourselves.
We were.
Okay, perfect.
didn't know we need permission, but okay.
We were doing that
Okay.
already. Thank
Well,
you.
it got awfully quiet while I started to write that.
No.
It's, okay.
Guys. I love these girls
Oh
so
my
much.
God.
So much.
Yeah, I did too.
Did.
Jerk.
I might not be good at English, but I think that's past tense.
She's from Kentucky, y'all.
Like that.
She's
Yeah.
from Kentucky. She didn't know how to spell Waze. She said W-A-Y-S. I said, no, honey, it's W-A-Z-E on the App Store.
Right. Yeah.
Whatever.
But you would think it would be ways like W-A-Y.
Right.
Like
Well,
different
it's a
ways.
play on words.
Yeah.
It's a play on words.
Right.
Come on.
It's like a
It's a
direction
play on
hazing.
word.
It's a mixture
W-R-O-D-Z.
between ways and haze.
Right?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
did go down some questionable roads. So
Well, sure you did.
I'm a L-E-Z.
Don't we all?
I made it out.
Kansas man who robbed a bank last September and told police he was hoping to get caught so he would get prison time and escape his wife was sentenced Tuesday.
I understand that.
Was sentenced Tuesday to 6 months of home confinement after pleading guilty.
Backfire.
Lawrence John Ripple took the guilty plea in January. He told the judge Tuesday he had a heart surgery that left him depressed, and he committed the bank robbery. His public defender told court that Ripple had lived a law-abiding life and was in a stable relationship with his wife. He had 4 stepchildren. Ripple handed a note to the bank teller in Kansas City demanding cash and warning he had a gun. Ripple took the money, $2,924, and went to sit in the lobby where he told the guard he was the guy they're looking for. Officers arrived quickly. An FBI agent wrote in the affidavit that Ripple had earlier been arguing with his wife. He told investigators he wrote the note in front of his wife, telling her he would rather be in jail than at home. Sentenced to home confinement.
I've dated some of those.
Can you? I mean, think about how just like that judge. He was just like, I'm going to get him.
Oh, yeah.
Just could not wait to hand down that
Yeah,
sentence.
but I mean,
I
I can
gotta
understand why he would do it. So
Oh,
I've dated
yeah,
some of them,
absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
I mean,
Yeah, up until a couple months ago,
I
I
dated
was on
some
board.
of those wives.
that's why I haven't dated in over 4 years. Nope. No, thank you. There we go. Yes. 2 in a
That
row.
was by
That's a
itself.
double shot. Gee.
42-12.
Stop it.
It's a double. Oh, that was triple.
That's going in the credits.
Hell yeah. Heck yeah. Whatever. I don't know if I can say that. I don't know.
All right.
I just laughing just overtakes me.
That's a good thing.
No.
Like,
I
we
know.
love.
I
what
know.
comic
The
doesn't
snorting.
love a snorter?
It's fine, but then if I have to go back and listen to it, then I'm like, oh my gosh.
Don't
that
tell me.
happens every show.
Did
I'm
you-
like, oh, I snorted there. Oh.
Yeah, but when your album recording, if somebody snorted in the audience, didn't you want that in
Oh,
the
absolutely.
set?
Well, yeah, but
Okay.
yeah.
No. See, no but.
It's
the same thing.
It's self snorting. I guess
the biggest
is the problem.
compliment to a comedian.
It is.
I think it is.
Absolutely. We had
They
we
didn't
had,
pay me, but
we had a show at Wiley's a while back, and there was a young lady in the front row that was snorting when she it was fantastic. And I called her in the hallway, later on. And I said, "Thank you so much for coming to this show because
Right.
you are amazing." She's like, she stopped going to comedy shows because they would pick on her for it. It's like if and I told her, I said, if anybody says anything while they're up on stage, I will go up and punch them right in the scrotum.
Right. Yeah.
Because we need 20 of you in this audience.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I don't know, 20 snorters might be a bit extreme.
we might think we're in a pig
the
bar.
whole audience just all at
Right,
once
well,
might be
think we're
kind
in
of
a pig
bad.
bar.
Yeah.
You'll feel at home, won't you?
Yeah. Now I want bacon.
Yeah, it's
Now I want bacon.
true. It's true. Can he go get us stuff?
Big girl problem.
Go get us some bacon.
Bacon.
No.
I'm aching for some bacon.
Nothing's open. Well, they didn't say it had to be here. Get on your bike. No, I'm kidding.
There we go. That's better.
No, it's not. But okay.
I think it is.
Okay, well, that's fine. We will have to agree to disagree.
All right.
Let
I didn't
me
say it was
find
good. I
something.
said better.
Oh, okay. That'll work. That'll work.
I'm honest.
I know. Yeah.
To a fault.
No, it's fine.
A Colombian man was detained in Barcelona's international airport after half a kilo of cocaine was found hidden under an oversized toupee. Yep, there you go. Arriving on a flight from Bogota, the man attracted police attention as he looked nervous and had a disproportionately large hairpiece under his hat. They found a package stuck to his head with about $34,000 worth of cocaine. There's no limit to the inventiveness of drug traffickers trying to mock controls, said a police statement. The statement enclosed a photo of a middle-aged man apparently still wearing the toupee, though his eyes blocked the image. What?
Now, see, I was just
Okay,
putting
yeah,
my
that's
hair
kind
up
of a dumb thing there.
in
I think we have to get
prophetic
control over here.
anticipation of your story.
What's that?
Because
oh,
I
okay,
could fit.
okay.
I could fit an awful lot of cocaine in this hair.
That is true.
I mean, my hair is very high.
You know how much cocaine you could fit between these sentences? Wow. I don't know how cocaine comes, but we can fit a lot between these two women.
That is true.
We could,
That is true.
we could add Heather, and holy schmolies.
Man. Patrick, go get us some cocaine. We're going to
need
run
some
an
coke.
experiment here.
We're going to try this and
You
see how
need
it
to do a
works.
Coke run, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. You're up for that, right?
I mean, I don't know
Alright,
how
you
it comes or anything.
Coke. They sell Pepsi.
Oh, you're not a comedian, are you?
Right State sold out. That's okay. Right State sold out completely.
No.
Ooh.
I have history.
I don't.
I like watching myself on delay.
Oh my God, you're so vain. So am I, though. No, but- She's like, I like watching myself on delay.
I know. And then right when I said that, the me on screen looked shocked, and I was like, like, watch, in a minute, I'm going to be shocked again. The vicious cycle. I'm going to start doing that randomly.
I cannot with you. Ashley, I cannot.
What? Oh,
That's good.
crackers. Yeah,
Patrick,
now I
don't
want.
overextend your controls in here.
I said
There is
fudge.
no preemptive dumping.
It was no. She caught it right at
I
the
got
end.
it.
Right,
I got it.
I nailed
right
it.
at the money
Yeah.
spot.
It was going to talk about fudge stripe cookies. Now I want
Right,
cookies
right,
and
right.
bacon and cocaine.
Right, don't say
I don't know what's
fudge,
happening.
Patrick. Patrick
Bacon
will
and
drop the
cookies
feed
and
if you say
cocaine.
fudge.
Yeah.
Darn
and
it.
then I'm
What's that?
shocking.
Bacon and cookies and cocaine. That's the name of the episode.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I
gotcha.
thought it was
Bacon,
basket
cookies, and
cases.
cocaine.
Well, that's just for the Facebook. We
Oh.
never.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
just to let people know.
Yeah, this is for the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because we like to name everything different stuff.
Yeah.
What was it? Bacon, cookies, and cocaine?
Bacon, cookies, and cocaine.
I'm in.
Yep.
All right. All right.
You guys.
Are we still?
There
watching
There it was.
Over.
I was shocked again. Don't look at me like that. What? See, there was again. It's going to happen. Watch. Wait for it.
This is good radio right here. This is good radio.
It's not radio. You got to watch it.
It's not radio.
It's not radio. You got to
All right,
watch it.
forget it, guys. This is no longer radio.
It's not. You got to watch
We have
the
decided
video
this is WWSU Facebook Lives.
There you go.
Everybody's just
Where's the?
See, this cycle should happen every 20 seconds.
yeah. We might need to turn that monitor
Ground-
around.
Start getting
Groundhog
dramatic
Day.
with it.
Yep,
Turn the monitor, Patrick.
yep, turn the monitor now.
Because we got to get down to business. We
Yeah,
got to
we
cover
will
another
never-
news story.
I don't even know if there's anything left that I want to go through here. 'Cause it's-
Oh, I can't.
see, now I'm
So
going to watch.
lightheaded. Laugh too hard.
Did you pee a little?
Yeah, yeah.
No, because I would have, though, if I would not have been directed to the bathroom. It would have been a
Okay.
disaster. Okay, but I'm sorry.
Well, that's okay. Were we talking about something? I don't know.
Now I don't know. I can't keep track of how many times I've been shocked. So
My face hurts.
We need.
Oh, you should have known this would happen. I didn't
Yeah,
realize she was going to be
but-
on until he posted about it. I didn't realize you were coming on. I was
what?
shocked.
I didn't. She started it. That one. She started that one.
Usually it's my
Yep.
fault.
Way to
Sorry,
go, Lisa.
I'm just-
okay.
Minding my own business.
Lisa with two S's.
There you
Yes.
go.
Lisa. Lisa.
Or Lisa with
All
two
right.
S's.
All right.
I know.
A Nebraska woman has been. A Nebraska woman has been fined $1,000 for climbing the Mount Rushmore National Memorial in South Dakota. Authorities say Alexandra Contreau scaled the massive granite sculpture Friday with bare feet and no rope, making it up about 15 feet from the top.
Wow.
Yeah, the Rapid City Journal says she chose the route between George Washington and Thomas Jefferson. I guess that's an important fact to know. Whose faces are about 60 feet tall. Several signs at the popular tourist destination warn against trespassing on or climbing the sculpture, which was completed in 1941, because that's important to know, too.
Yeah.
A federal officer and national park ranger convicted her, they convicted her, too. Handcuffed her, slapped her on the butt, that's all. Convinced her to come down, and she was handcuffed and arrested. I was right. Are we going to make it through this? Are we?
I'm just laughing. Never mind. I can't even say it.
You can't
It's
say
too dirty for the show.
Ooh,
We
I
were
wanna know.
we were already had the feed dump for Fudge, so let it out at this point. Who really cares? You know, Patrick's
I wanna
all
know.
dump happy and crap now. So.
I'll tell you on the break.
Okay,
Oh,
that'll work.
when's break?
That'll work. So that's it. Just the end of that news story. No discussion, and we'll discuss it in the break.
What was the
Okay,
news
that's-
story?
I don't know if you were listening.
I don't know.
I didn't.
Her and I were not listening.
I didn't
Okay,
feel
so
Don't
but
throw me
it said
under the
she
bus.
didn't use.
She didn't use a rope and was barefooted. So yeah, that's
so
a
she just
talented.
shimmied up a nose.
Yeah, shimmied up the between Jefferson and Washington, which everybody knows is the ideal place to climb Mount Rushmore.
Hey, girl, climb on my face.
Do you think?
That was it. That
that-
was okay. I was going to say that.
Well,
wasn't
I had
bad.
it a lot dirtier in my head,
Oh,
but I
well,
just
yeah.
figured out how to clean it up.
Wow, I'm impressed.
That's
I don't know how to clean shit.
yep. No, he didn't dump it that time. That's,
Oh, because I didn't say it. He
well, he didn't
trusted me
last
a little
time
bit
either.
more.
Yeah, last time he said
We
fudge.
can start our swears, we just can't complete them.
Right.
I didn't
right.
complete anything yet.
nothing.
I find
is
it
complete
often
about
is
this.
very difficult to get enough concentration to complete lately.
I'm not even getting into that. We're not going to get into that discussion at all right now. So there you go.
I love her.
Stop.
Right. The New Jersey Devils mascot is having a rough
Hate you.
offseason after the NHL team failed to make the Stanley Cup playoffs. A person dressed as the team's mascot was.
Sorry.
Should
go
I
ahead.
start over?
Yes,
Is
please.
that-
Oh, I was
Okay.
listening. The one time I was
The
listening,
one time
I was listening.
Nobody else was.
You
I
guys,
get one person
Can
on
I-
board.
can I
The other
get-
two are out the window.
I
I
don't-
can't do this.
I want a new seat. I want a new seat arrangement. We done made the teacher mad. The teacher has gone. He is gone.
He's not
He
mad.
gone.
He's loving
He
every
gone.
minute of this.
He gone.
Yeah, look, he's walking.
Surprised he didn't jump on my scooter.
He's
Oh, I have the keys.
oh.
Look at the microphone.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
He's
oh,
gonna
he's
come back
a
and he's
wimp.
gonna be like, "All right, let's get going."
Next time I'm taking the scooter.
You need the keys.
I don't think so.
I don't think so, Scooter. Where were we?
Back to the mascot.
So we
That
got to
was
pay
something-
attention.
It was
I'm sorry.
probably
Okay,
unbelievably important, I'm sure.
I thought you were just talking these stories to the people that are listening. I didn't realize we were supposed
No,
to.
we
I'm
we
sorry.
we listen.
She
We
thought-
listen
I'm
to
sorry.
them. That's
I'm
what we-
sorry.
You're okay.
Okay.
She never. Nobody.
This is good. This is actually good podcasting. So you guys just keep being you.
Yeah, well, that's what I
Yeah,
figured.
yeah.
But
You're
I don't know
not
how
helping.
to be.
Yes, I am. You just don't know it yet.
You want ratings or not,
Where's
sir?
my pen?
my life?
Who threw my pen?
You did.
did.
Real
You
funny
know
when you
it.
pop it her tit. You know. Oh, was no, that's not a bad word, is it? That's not FCC.
Yeah, it is. You
Can't
can't.
say that word.
Yeah, no tits.
Then I had to dump it again, Don.
Darn it.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
Don.
all right. Where the hell were we?
You were gonna
Mascot,
read another
mascot.
Okay,
Yeah.
the mascot. And my pen's broke.
According to Ashley, because
Got
she
a
was
pi-
the
got
only
a
one who
pen
was
back?
Yeah,
okay.
there was something about a red face. I don't know, mascot. Look, I said I have ADD. Be glad that I caught that. Like,
Wait, that's not your pen?
Oh, how long
it's
is
broken
this?
because
How
he
long
threw
is
it
this
at my
show?
face.
We're gonna go to
Oh,
break.
we got another hour.
Oh yes, we got
Yeah.
plenty of time to keep going. I was like,
Yeah.
oh no, it's almost over. Yes, it's
No,
not.
we got plenty of time.
It's only just begun.
You don't want me to sing?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, I had to sing at the dinner detective show, and it was horrid.
There is no control over here.
No.
whatsoever. Just
Okay.
None at all.
Okay,
None
back
at
to
all.
the news.
All right,
That accident on
everybody
65 is
stare
cleared up.
very-
It was 75, wasn't it?
Oh, I don't know.
Let's stare very intently at Dawn.
Nobody gives a crap. The New Jersey Devils mascot is having a rough offseason after the NHL team failed to make the Stanley Cup playoffs. A person dressed as the team's mascot was working a kid's 5th birthday party at Little Gym in Edison, New Jersey last weekend. As the children played a game of parachute, the New Jersey Devil randomly decided to run toward a wall of windows. Apparently, the mascot thought it was the kind of glass that used to protect fans from flying pucks. Said puck, Patrick. But this wasn't, and it shattered. Twitter user Lawrence Chu identified himself as the father of the boy celebrating his birthday. He wrote in a tweet that no one was hurt and everyone had a great
Talking about food
time,
all the time.
except for whoever had to repair the windows. Wow. We need to find something else to talk about because nobody gives a flying
Puck.
fudge
Fart.
about the news.
Puck.
A flying mascot.
Yes,
No one gives a
nobody
flying
gives a
mascot.
flying
Puck.
New Jersey Devil.
That's what hit the window, right?
I mean, like, what would possess you to just randomly want to do that anyway?
I don't know. Apparently, that's
for fun.
just yeah,
A bet.
He was. I don't think he was
probably
right
ate
in the head. He was
Tide
probably hosting a
Tide Pods
radio
also.
show,
That would make sense.
I mean, they're
Maybe
eating-
he just got off
They're
and he
house
eating
said,
arrest
"You
with
know
his
what?
wife."
Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
This is
These
if
people
there
are
was
eating
a-
Tide
This-
Pods,
Yeah.
so I mean, putting a puck through a window doesn't,
well, it wasn't a puck. He jumped through the window.
or jump through whatever.
Yes.
Yeah,
She
puck.
still,
You know
she
how
still
much
wasn't
human
listening.
being-
A body,
Who
a
gives a
puck.
crap?
Looking
Same
like I
difference.
was listening. I was trying to
Same
focus on
difference.
you.
Don,
exactly.
Several months ago, didn't we have a news story about a doctor who was discussing like the severity of being hit in the head with a puck?
It's
you
very
remember that?
possible. It's very
Yes.
possible.
I
I
seem
don't
to
know. I
remember
don't know.
that-
I get hit in the head a lot too.
Don't look at me like, why are you
I
paying
think
attention?
I think we had a news story about that. So
yes.
she's just agreeing with me.
I was like,
I remember the hockey puck story, though.
Yeah.
I like hockey. I like
Okay.
hockey.
Okay.
Yeah.
for Kentucky.
So
Yeah,
you
I
like
am.
hockey?
I don't know.
Yeah.
How much longer until we go to break?
I think we're going to break right now. Let's go
Okay,
to break.
let's go
Do
to
they play
break.
hockey on the
I'm gonna get
the
a
lakes
snack.
down
Let's go
there?
to break because my pen broke. Get it.
You're making my
get
eyes
us the-
twitch.
get us the hell out
You
of
need
here.
to name the episode "My Pen Is Broke" because you know what that.
Isn't
Are we
that-
off air?
I would write it down, but I don't have a pen. Patrick, get us the hell out
Are
of
we
here.
off air yet?
Thanks for listening to the Life Radio Show podcast. Check it out wherever you listen to podcasts. Remember, if you want to listen live, we are on Tuesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. on WWSU 106.9 FM. You can also stream the show live at WWSU1069.org, and we go Facebook Live at the Life Radio Show's Facebook page. If you have suggestions or comments, feel free to email thelife1069@gmail.com.
The brutal presence overwhelms me. The brutal presence overwhelms me.
Nope. No, thank you. There we go. Yes. 2 in a row.
That was by
That's a
itself.
double shot.